Hello, it's Debbie with Mika's Corner. How is everybody today? I hope all is well. I'm in a good mood today. I am taking my medications like I'm supposed to. Everything's working out okay. And I have not started my Ozempic yet, but I'm going to start it today, I hope. But um, just a little bit of topics on everything going on in the world today. Things are kind of hectic, it's crazy, everybody has their own opinions, and that's okay. Everybody's supposed to have their own opinions on what's going on. That's what freedom of speech is, and everybody has the right to say and think what they want. The one thing I do not want to do is I have made a vow that if I speak of politics or religion, if any of my family or friends make a comment on what I have to say, I don't respond because they are my friends and because they are my family. And I don't want no quabbles or hard feelings with my family. And they have the right to speak and say what they please. That's their prerogative. I just have to don't. I just don't have to get myself involved with what they're saying. And that's just the best way that I do it. But I'm not mad at anybody for saying what they say. That's their right. And uh, the sun is shining. It's really nice out. It's been very cold. And looks like we got some snow maybe coming up this week. We'll see, I guess, how much snow we're going to get or how long it will last. I know a couple of years ago we had quite a bit. And usually, I think Oregon doesn't usually get too much valley floor snow, except for every few years we'll get a bunch of it. And when it's here, it stays for a little bit, and then we're glad to see it go. Anyway, I am. And I don't mind the cold. It doesn't bother me. I rather have it cool and chilly than hot in the summertime, as I've said before in my other videos. I shouldn't say so much. I'm trying to get out of that habit. There is things going on in everybody's family nowadays. There I go. There's a lot going on, and everybody's involved some way or another. Families having trouble with family, parents having trouble with children or adult children. And I do have problems with my adult children, some of them, not all of them. It's hard, it's very hard. And sometimes they think that you don't love them and you don't care about them because you set boundaries on them, or you don't allow them to get by with disrespecting you and saying things that are not right, or throwing stuff out of your home because they say, you don't need this. It doesn't belong here. You're a hoarder. We're throwing this out. It's not their place to throw things out. It's not their home. And some of them disrespect that boundary. So there's hurt feelings and hard feelings, and sometimes kids have tempers that they let themselves get carried away and it gets them in trouble. I don't want to say too much to involve somebody in particular. There's again. I very much love all of my children, and I have spent so much time trying to show them that I love them, spend time with them, do things with them. When they're not doing right, I will not pay attention to them and I won't talk to them. It took me a long time to get to that point in my life. And now that I've learned that I can set those boundaries and stick with it, I'm proud of myself. I feel better. It's much better. Eventually they'll get it, I guess. And if they don't, then they'll just be not involved with me or around me. Because I don't have to accept, neither does any parent have to accept their children being disrespectful to them. Um, I have had times where I haven't seen a couple of my kids for a year or so because they wanted to live how they live, and that's their choice. But my choice is to not be involved in the kind of life that they deal with or how they live. I don't want any part of it, and I've spoke that before. I do know it's hard. I'm almost 67 years old. I've been a widow for many years. I have not had a partner. I do things on my own. I live on my own. I do have a couple of caregivers, and it's harder when you get older. And they don't seem to realize that. I don't know about some kids sometimes what they think or what they get in their head about the way things are supposed to be. It's like, I'm your mother, or your child. You're their mother. And they should not talk down to you or call you names and respect you, I'm sorry. It's really tough. And I know there's a lot of parents out there that are going through the same thing that I am. I'm a little bit embarrassed by it, but I'm not afraid or ashamed to talk about it because it happens. It just happens to the best of us. And we just have to learn to be bold, be strong, and stand by the boundary that we set out for them. Go in the other room, honey. Grandma's busy. Thank you. I'm sorry. My little granddaughter wants to visit with Grandma. A couple of my children, they have been on drugs and they have overdosed. And I've been through a lot. And it's been hard without a more authority figure, I guess. If there was a man around, maybe it would be different. But there's times that I have had a man around, and I've gotten angry because of the way that they handled it. So it's my fault, it's my problem. I have to deal with it, and I deal with it in my own way. I'm ashamed to say it. A couple of my children have overdosed on drugs. They're lucky. I'm thankful that they've lived and survived. I have a child. He's not a child, he's an adult. I say child because he's my son. He slit his wrist in front of me. Had to call an ambulance. It's scary. It hurts. It puts hurt on me. It puts awful pain in my heart. And it's hard. I've had one of my daughters just fall over dead in front of me, and I couldn't get her to come back. I had to wait for an ambulance to come. I had 911 on the line. She was laying face down on the floor, and I could not turn her over. It was awful. And the dispatch person on the other line was helping me do a, a back compression through her back really hard that it would go to her heart. She was blue in the face. A couple of times she would gurgle a little bit of air, but I couldn't get her to stay alive. She almost was gone for good and in my arms. It hurts. I know it hurts the people that have lost their children or their family members or a friend. Drugs are awful. Alcohol is awful. I can't stand it. I don't tolerate it. And I've been that way all my life. My parents, all they did was drink and argue and fight all their life. I can't stand it. And I don't like being bossed around because it just gets to me. It makes me mad, especially if a man tries to boss me around. It's not because of my dad. My dad was the best dad in the whole wide world. I love him with all my heart. But I had a couple of husbands, my first one in particular, that was so awfully controlling and brutal and traumatized me, used to beat me. My son, my older son, he used to try to stop him all the time, and then he would get in trouble or he would get smacked for trying to stop him, for sticking up for me. And as I've said in my other videos, my children have been through a lot, and I know they have a lot of problems because of what they've been through in their childhood because of me and their dad. I don't deny that. It's just another part of me trying to say, if anybody's listening and you're in a relationship that is not working, you're not getting along, you're put down all the time, you can't come to reason with each other on anything, and all you do is argue. Everything you say to one another absorbs into your children's heads. They grow up with trauma of listening to all the things that are being said around them and what people say to each other. This is something that I live with every day. It's stuff that I think about. I have a hard time not thinking about it. It has traumatized me really severely. I have bad nerves. I have anxiety attacks. I just really come unglued and very nervous and jittery if I hear somebody arguing and fighting. I don't want to argue and fight, and I don't want to hear it. Kids nowadays, the younger generation, is so much different in a lot of ways. The disrespect is not like it was when some of us were younger. You know, yeah, we would get mad at my mom and dad when we were little, but we never talked back to them. We never said anything to them. We knew better. We weren't brought up that way. And, of course, we mumbled stuff under our breath or when we went outside or when we were not around them. But never to their face, and never threatened them, and never thought about doing something to ourselves in front of them to hurt them without, it just is incomprehensive. And I wish things would get better. I wish things would change, but it just doesn't seem to be. Everything's getting worse. The country's getting worse. Food's going out of sight. Products are going to be going out of sight. I'm not going to blame any one person or any one party. I'm not agreeable with either side. I don't like what either side of the parties are doing or have done. And I've said that before. I voice my opinion on both of them. I don't have a favorite. Neither one of them are a favorite to me. And it's been several years since we've had a good president, really. It's been a long time. So, I don't know, it's just another one of my little videos that I wanted to get out. I had a few things I wanted to say. And I hope I don't lose any viewers. I don't have that many anyway, because not very many people are really following me. I hope someday that it will get better. I know I need to post more often, but like I said, there's a lot going on in my life, in my family right now, and it gets in the way. Um, my mother's been not well. She's not doing well. I gotta go see her. I worry about her. And I'm the type of person that I worry about everything. In fact, I'll worry about what I'm going to worry about next. That's how ridiculous it is. Although I will say the new medication, and I'm not, no one's sponsoring it, and I'm not promoting it or anything like that, is propranolol, 20 milligrams I take 3 times a day, has helped me immensely with being calm and not getting upset, not reacting. I'm just relaxed and I don't let things get to me, like they have before. And I'm really thankful for that. I'm supposed to start my Ozempic today. I'm excited to do that. I want to get my blood sugar levels down. I want to lose weight. And there's other issues that I have with my health that it's supposed to be good for. So I'm really hoping and praying that I do well with it. I will let you know one way or the other. I do plan on keeping everybody informed on how well I'm doing or what's going on with it. I plan on getting some stuff to do my hair. I want to change the way I look to help me feel better, and it does. And my favorite color is purple or lavender, and I used to have really pretty purple hair. Not all purple, but there was some purple in my hair. So I'm thinking about doing that again. So the next time you see me, I may have some lavender or purple streaks going through my hair, which I love. And I hope you all will like it. So enough for this one. I'm going to close for now. Like I always say, be kind to one another, smile, love one another, and be thankful every day for whatever you have. Be safe, okay? Be careful. And watch out for yourself. Take care of yourself. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.